This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
Welcome into Friday Night Football Bi-District Playoff Edition. I'm Ryan Campo. We'll hear plenty from Sabrina Hoover throughout the next 15 minutes. 14 teams begin Bi-District play the last two nights as the journey to AT&T Stadium officially beginning. We'll start with the highest classifications, work our way down, starting with the back-to-back District 2 3A Division II champs, the Wall Hawks, as they look to remain red hot, hosting a playoff game this evening. Kick it over off to Clayton-Wysoon Field. 8th-ranked Wall taking on the Coyotes of Tornillo. Hawks up 6-0 so far. Gunnar Diller with the keep. He's in for 6 to add their lead to 13-0. Coyotes on offense still trailing. Hawk defense adding pressure. It'll be thrown in the hands of Nathan Pepper. Cuts past defenders. Find the outside. He's in for 6. A pick 6 to continue Wall's dominance. Coyotes push their way back, looking for some momentum. Defense will show up again for Wall. This time, Ethan Quinney has no one in front of him. He's going untouched for another pick 6 for the Hawks. Wall up 33-0 in the second. How about adding some more points to the board? Thomas Leonis gets the handoff. He'll turn on the Jets, pass every defender until he's finally tackled into the end zone. Wall dominate from start to finish tonight for their win. Our Sabrina Hoover joining us live from Clayton-Wysoon Field with the head coach of Wall, a victorious Houston Guy. Sabrina?
Hey Ryan, I'm here joined with Wall head coach Houston Guy. Coach, how does it feel to secure a bi-district round victory in front of your home crowd, also achieving the feat of a second consecutive area round appearance for you guys?
You know, it's one of those things, very seldom do we ever get to play a home playoff game, and so that was exciting to play this game in front of our home crowd. I was glad that we got this game over with. Everybody came out healthy. We're going to move on to the next round. We're going to start working on either Childress or Abernathy, tonight as soon as we get back in that locker room. So we'll get ready for those guys in this next week.
What do you attribute to your defensive performance? Only allowing 24 points, and also your offensive success, just totaling 381 points in district play plus tonight.
I think we're peaking at the right time. I think our kids are you always want to kind of peak at that week 10 and start to accelerate as you go to the playoffs. And so I think that's kind of where our kids are at, and hopefully we'll keep building on that.
You mentioned some injuries. Throughout all the adversity and injuries that you guys have faced, what just impressed you the most with your team's resilience?
The next man up mentality. How each backup that is behind that kid that got injured, he just steps up and plays that pivotal role and does it at a high level. And so we've been real fortunate to have the depth that we have, and those kids have done a remarkable job of stepping up and filling those roles.
In a game like this, to put different guys in different leadership roles, what did you see from tonight that you hope that kind of continues on into postseason?
It's one of those things. We've got to start hot in the playoffs, and that's what we did. Both sides of the ball. I thought we played really well from the very beginning, and so we just got to keep the intensity up, make sure we don't have a little letdown, and keep that intensity rolling as we get into this next round.
And my last question, we mentioned a little bit earlier, but what did it mean to you to have a home playoff game here, just in front of the home crowd, and just for the first time ever for you guys?
Yeah, so I've been head coach here for 17 years. Never got one of these, and so real fortunate. We played in San Angelo before, but never had a home field advantage in any playoff game. So we were super excited to have it. It was a very unique deal, and so it almost it's basically another home game. So we're really pleased with the crowd and the support that we have when we play out here.
All right, well, thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
This live shot is sponsored by AFCO Steel.
All right, so with the Hawks moving on, they'll now play Childress in the area round for the second year in a row. Last year, the Hawks dominated from start to finish, beating the Bobcats 44-10. The date and location of this game still to be determined. Stay with ConchoValleyHomepage.com for that information. We'll stay in Class 3A Division II, the team that finished third in this district thanks to a tiebreaker between them and TLCA San Angelo. The Brady Bulldogs in the playoffs for the 5th straight year. Under first-year head coach Jaron Roberts. The Bulldogs over in Reagan County tonight meeting with Alpine for the 2nd straight year. A year ago, the Bucks went in the thriller, 57-55. Tonight, once again, another thriller, another overtime game, but it's the Bucks who come out victorious tonight. The Bulldogs finishing the season 3-8. The third and final Concho Valley team to make the playoffs out of this district, the TLCA San Angelo Eagles in the playoffs for the 2nd straight year for the first time in program history. Eagles making the trip over to Roscoe tonight to take on the Golden Cranes of Crane. A year ago, Crane defeated them. Tonight, once again, TLCA falls in the bi-district round. The Eagles finishing the year at 5-6. We got to take our first break of the night, but when we come back, the Ozona Lions, winners of 4 straight, took on the Cisco Lobos tonight over in Colorado City. And our KLST Game of the Week, a Class 2A Division 2 showdown as Miles took on Sterling City. That and more after the break. Welcome back to final night of the regular season. Was all sorts of wild in District 3 2A Division 1. Sonora, Forest, and Ozona all shared the district titles. The Broncos ultimately that #1 seed for the playoffs. Last night over at the Mustang Bowl in Sweetwater, Sonora facing off against Anson. First quarter, Broncos strike first. Jaime Butron rolls to his right, able to find an open man. That's Cam Aguero, gets not 1 but 2 feet in for the touchdown. 8-0 Sonora. Broncos now on defense. There's Bronco Mr. Do-It-All, Edgar DeLuna there for the sack, keeping the Broncos in front 8-7. Kick things off early second now. Broncos defense back at it once again. Tyler Wilburn scrambles to his right, lots of time, decides to throw it. In steps Dylan Ford with the pick, and he's on the move, sees some space to the outside, brings it deep into Tiger territory. He made the great play on defense. Now he gets to finish what he started. Dylan Ford plows his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This game went back and forth and back again, but it's the Broncos who won a thriller last night over in Sweetwater, 29-27 to advance to the area round. Sonora getting a touchdown and a two-point conversion with just over 2 minutes left to win it. So with their thriller from last night, next week for the second year in a row, it'll be Sonora versus Farwell in the area round. The Steers knocked off Olton tonight in the bi-district round. Sonora's area round game with Farwell will be next Friday, Tiger Stadium over in Snyder. Two-seeded Ozona meeting up with Cisco tonight over in Colorado City. Read pass option here to begin the game for Hudson Fowler. Finds Michael Daniels on the slant convert on third down to move the chains for a Lions first down. Very next play, Christian Villarreal says, hand me the ball, watch me do the work. Runs through a few arm tackles before he finds daylight to the sideline, and he's gone. Sprinting into the end zone for the game's first score. Ozona on top, 7-0. This time, Cisco getting on the board first. Pitch out wide to Gus Hart. Reads his blockers, evens this one up at 7 in the first quarter of play. Cisco lining up to run the ball in some space. Lobos mishandle the read. There's Jacob Guajardo for the scoop. Set the Lions up in great field position. However, tonight, Cisco would get a touchdown with 14 seconds left. They top Ozona 21-14. The domination continued for this season for the Mason Punchers. 16 straight years in the postseason, 13 straight district titles. Final Concho Valley team unbeaten here found themselves inside the Dave Campbell's Texas football rankings for the first time earlier this week. Last night over in Marble Falls, the Punchers took on the Tigers of Thrall for just the second time, the first since 2019 when Mason defeated Thrall 41-20 in the bi-district round tonight, or excuse me, last night. More of the same. Mason continues their season thanks to a big second half. They defeat Thrall 28-7, a dominating second half as this one was tied 7-7 at the half. Next week, Punchers will face the Indians of Ganado in the area round. Ganado knocked off Santa Maria in the area round as the Punchers will look to keep their perfect season going next week. This game will be played next Thursday, Rattler Stadium over in San Marcos. Also out of District 14, 2A Division 1, the Junction Eagles beginning their playoff run in the bi-district round last night over in Sagan against Weimer. All Wildcats in this one. Junction season coming to an end. They finished the season 6-5. Our KLST game of the week here in the bi-district round, the fourth meeting between Sterling City and Miles the last 2 years for the second straight year, a bi-district battle, and who will keep their season alive. Last night over at San Angelo Stadium, the Bulldogs and the Eagles, who will be headed to the area round. First quarter, first drive of the game, Haven Book hands it off to Tevin Mead, cuts to the outside, and look at him turn on the Jets. He'll pass every Eagle defender. He's into the end zone for 6 to start the game off with a bang. Second quarter now, Bulldogs driving again, fourth and goal. He can do it all. There's Book in the end zone, 2 feet, and that'd be good in the NFL. Miles now up 14-0. Book on the run again. The help of his blockers will be in for another Bulldog touchdown. Miles showing their dominance early in this one last night. Minute left before half, rain starting to pick up. Book leading his looking for his man, launching this one downfield into the hands of Cooper Ellison to extend their lead 28-0. Miles gets redemption from a year ago. They pick up their first playoff win since 2014 last night, a dominating 48-0 win over Sterling City. Sabrina Hoover caught up with the head coach of the Miles Bulldogs, Jason Wilhelm, afterwards.
Hey Ryan, I'm here joined with Miles head coach Jason Wilhelm. Coach, significant victory for you guys. You know, in a revenge game like this one, to beat them in the bi-district round after falling to them last year, just how proud are you of this group of guys?
Yeah, I'm super proud of the guys, especially our seniors. They're my 4-year guys. I'm in year 4. I got here, they were freshmen, and we talked about, that moment, what it's going to be like, and I'm just proud of them right now. I'm happy for the seniors, and I'm proud of the rest of the guys, and really the way we stepped up and responded against a pretty good football team.
I mean, a shutout victory for you guys. guys, to just perform the way y'all did. Just, what was the key to success tonight for you guys?
Defense played outstanding. I think Coach Patillo had a great game plan. I think the boys were just kind of tired of being pushed around, and I think they'd made a commitment this week that it was going to be different, and their mindset all week was that way. And we had a great feeling. We had a great feeling showing up to the stadium. We had a great feeling during pregame, and I hope it's something that we can do and we can ride this for a little bit.
And I mentioned earlier, first playoff win for you as head coach at Miles, but also first playoff win for Miles since 2014. How does it feel to see the success you guys had in the regular season now carry on into this performance tonight? Yeah,
last year ended a little short for us. I think we expected to do a little more of that, and so this year was really about, hey, let's get out and see what we can do. It's a new team, new season. We have some tougher opponents. I think our schedule was tougher. But we just execute. I think they just had their minds made up. This is what we're going to do, and hopefully we're going to keep playing for a little while.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so with that win, the Bulldogs headed to the area round. They'll meet fourth-ranked Collinsville next Friday night at Buckaroo Stadium over in Breckenridge. Collinsville took down Archer City in the bi-district round last night. Also in Class 2A Division II last night, the El Dorado Eagles, a tough bi-district draw, taking on the top-ranked team in 2A D2. And the Lions of Albany, the Eagles fell last night over in Colorado City, finishing the year at 5-5. All right, that does it for our 11-man highlights and recaps from the bi-district round the last two nights. When we come back, we shrink the field, head down to the six-man ranks. The Hornets of Erie County looking to replicate what they did a year ago. A long playoff run. Those highlights and more after the break. Welcome back. Each week, improvements continue for the Erie County Hornets, who are looking like a well-oiled machine as they enter playoff season here in Texas, looking for another long, deep postseason run for the second straight year. Over in Erie, Robert Lee tonight, Erie County in May in the bi-district round for the second straight year. First drive of the game, Hornets. Iron Davis pitches out to Wyatt Morris behind the first tackle, beating out the second to put the Hornets on the board first. Morris running the offense in the first half. Another pitch out to him. Finds the pocket, and there he goes, a wide open field for Mr. Wyatt Morris. Hornets up 14-6. Lined up in the end zone, you won't even see how sneaky Parker Posey is on this play, but well, there he is. You're in for the Erie County trick play and touchdown. Hornets in motion again. The Davis and Morris connection going in the first half. Morris gets it. He'll have a day. Tigers reaching him too little, too late. However, though, May upsets Erie County tonight. Robert Lee 92-70 the final. The second team out of District 13 1A Division I, the Robert Lee Steers, in the postseason for the first time since 2019. Took on fifth-ranked Jonesboro last night over in Zephyr. Eagles come out on top. The Steers ending the season at 8-3. To Class 1A Division II we go. History was made 2 weeks ago when the Bront Longhorns defeated Blackwell, booking their first trip to the postseason since 2015. Now looking to keep their season alive. Over in Winters tonight, Blizzard Stadium, the Longhorns face a 9th-ranked Rising Star, and how about this for an upset? Bront takes down number 9 Rising Star this evening, picking up their first playoff win since 2011 and their first since making the jump back down to 6-man. So thanks to their victory tonight, Bront will face 4th-ranked Richland Springs next week in the area round. The details of this game are to be announced. Paint Rock Indians over in Blackwell tonight looking to keep their season going against the champs of District 13 1A Division II in the Lorraine Bulldogs. But it's Lorraine who gets the victory in the bi-district matchup tonight. Paint Rock finishing the year in a historic season for them at 6-5. We got to take our final break of tonight's edition of Friday Night Football, but when we come back, we'll take a look at all those area round matchups for next week for the teams moving on from the past 2 nights. Stay with us. You're watching Friday Night Football right here on KLST. All right, before we go, we'll take a quick look at those area round matchups for next week. We'll start in Class 3A Division II, Region 1 for the second straight year. Wall will see itself take on Childress. The game of that is to be determined. 2A Division 1, Region 1. The Sonora Broncos will meet up with the Farwell Steers next Friday night. This game will be played over in Snyder. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff over at Tiger Stadium. Also in Class 2A Division 1, but over in Region number 4, this will be next Thursday night. Mason will meet up with Ganado over in San Marcos at Rattler Stadium. And finally, how about this? The Bront Longhorns in the playoffs. They keep their season alive. Class 1A Division 2. They'll face 4th-ranked Richland Springs next week in the area around. The details of that game as well still to be determined. All right, that'll do it for this week's edition of Friday Night Football, the bi-district playoff edition of Friday Night Football. Be sure to keep your eyes on area round matchups with dates and locations all over the weekend, both online, ConchoValleyHomepage.com, and of course, Sabrina will keep you posted all weekend long at 6 and 10, not only tomorrow, but also Sunday as well. For all of us here at KLST, I'm Ryan Campo. Have a great weekend.
Catering for Friday Night Football is provided by Chick-fil-A. Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors. For more on today's stories, visit ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is sponsored by the Law Office of Rick DeHoyos.